The Real Peace Podcast, brought to you by Kwabi&thePeaceCampaign, is a podcast dedicated to discovering ways in which everyday people can learn about community, seek understanding of self and others, and gain tolerance on opinions they might not agree with. How do we learn to live together? How do we learn to love each other? These questions and much, much more we'll attempt to answer only on Real Peace. I'm your host, Kwabi, and I'm a peace campaigner. And behind the camera is our producer, Kevin Wolford, and without him, none of this would be possible. And today we're going to be talking about motivation. How do you get motivation? How do you keep it? How do you motivate others? And to help me with this big, huge, amazing topic are my two guests, Lance Manigo and Foodact Win.
What's going on, y'all?
How's it going?
How you guys been? Okay, so Lance, what have you been up to lately? What's been going on?
I've just been working on some scripts.
Okay.
Acting, trying to make sure I reach my goals.
Okay.
So far as a person. Let's see, what else am I?
Let me. I forgot. Lance is an actor, and he's an up-and-coming actor, and his work is phenomenal. He's not going to say it. He's a humble guy, but his work is phenomenal, and I guess I'll let him speak for himself now. Okay, continue. Yeah.
But no, I've just been really working on the script. It's called Run. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it is close to my heart, and it is very inspirational. I've just been staying busy acting and working.
Okay. And then Foodact, what have you been up to, man?
All right, and so recently I just graduated from Central Washington University with a degree in nutrition and food science.
Okay.
And ever since then, I have been just like really developing myself as a person, developing my character, and just listen to other people that are more successful than I am, you know.
And then let me preface for Foodact. Foodact is a motivational vlogger. Yeah, so he just started that up. How long you been doing this for?
I have been doing it since early August.
Early August, okay.
You know, and my goal is to give people a perception and tools that will help them to become more happy and fulfilled with their life.
Okay, and I've been seeing your stuff, man. I like it. I watch it, man, and every time I listen to it, it gives me a perspective that I'm not really used to.
Right.
We'll get into it, but first I want to shine light on this orange juice we're drinking, this Tropicana. I'm not promoting Tropicana. I'm just saying that, we're drinking some good juice right now, which is going to help us with conversating.
It is.
It's giving us
Juice
that,
up. We're juicing up.
Vitamin D, important.
We're
vitamin
juicing
D.
up.
Vitamin D. Getting juiced up for a conversation about motivation.
For sure.
Gotta get juiced up.
You got to get juiced up.
Always.
It's like our little steroid.
So, in motivation, how do you guys stay motivated? I'll let you take the reins on this one first, Foodact.
How do you motivate others?
No. How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated?
Yeah.
I stay motivated by concentrating on what I want in life. You know what I'm saying? If I could focus on what I want in my life, I can go after it. And I just remind myself what I want every single day and just do the best I can day by day to reach that goal.
Okay.
You know.
What are you looking to what do you want out of life right now?
Well, the biggest thing I want in life, and I feel like everyone's want this is happiness, you know.
Okay. So happiness isn't like a firm plane. It's up and down. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not. Are you talking like as far as reaching happiness? I feel like it comes and goes in a sense.
Sure. And the thing is that people always have to work on their happiness. You know, it's not something that you do once and you're happy and that's it. It's constantly working toward it,
Just like motivation, I guess.
Just like motivation,
Okay.
Motivation comes and goes, but you have to know how you're going to stay motivated,
Okay. And Lance, how do you stay motivated, man?
One of my big things on motivation is making small goals and achieving them.
Okay.
Progress is very important when it comes to motivation. When people feel most motivated is when they're achieving things, even the small things. Just waking up, going to the gym every morning.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a little bit of motivation, right?
Yeah.
All the small things lead to big things. So that's a huge part. And then also my main focus is fulfillment. And I feel like as long as I feel fulfilled, I feel driven. And for me to just fulfill, all I have to do is just something acting related. I love acting. It's the thing that makes me happy. So as long as I'm doing that, I'm always feeling fulfilled. And
so you talked about short-term goals. So for acting, what are some of the short-term goals you got for coming up for acting?
Some of the short-term goals for acting. That's a good one. I feel acting short-term. I have long-term goals for acting. I don't really have any short-term goals. Like, if you ask me, like, what are like some short-term things I do to stay in, I guess, acting spirit or to keep the juices going and
getting that mindset,
on the craft, staying that mindset, I would say just I'm always reading scripts, always. Plus, I write scripts, so I'm always working on that. I'm always watching like the Golden Globes, Emmys, inspiration.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
So you're about that. You're all in it.
Always involving myself in that stuff. And then I always like to watch like interviews from the people that inspire me. That's in the industry as well, like Kevin Hart, Will Smith, Denzel, John David Washington, which is also Denzel Washington's son. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So for you guys, as far as motivation's concerned, how would you go about, I guess, motivating I want to give it a blank slate. So a friend's having trouble getting motivated, doing their passion or whatnot. Fu, I'll get it from you. How would you go about motivating a friend?
Okay. First of all, he has to know what he wants to do in life. If you do not know what you want to do in life, you're not going to be driven. You're not going to, like, for example, if someone was to wake up and do a job that they hate, they're not going to be driven to do that. If you want to be motivated in anything, you have to find something that you wake up and you feel excited about, something that you want to do.
Yeah, I get you, but it doesn't come easy for some. You know, how do you go about like searching for that passion that you have? That's for any of you guys.
Exactly, but it's through like a lot of experience, a lot of trials and errors, and just like slowly developing some sort of interest. You know, because interest does not, your interest was slowly revealed to you.
You're right.
You know, it does not just, you know, you wake up and you know what you want to do. It's through experiencing from one person to another person to another person,
gotcha.
And finding that interest that is suitable for you.
You're not just waking up and be like, I like basketball.
No, it's experience. Someone have to reveal that interest to you. You know, because if no one revealed that interest to you, you're not gonna know nothing about it. If you're never exposed to basketball, you will never know basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Lance, how would you go about motivating a friend?
The way I would go about motivating a friend is I feel like gratefulness is important when it comes to this. I would go, one, what is the first thing you do when you wake up, right? As I was talking before we came in here and did this podcast, I was talking about what was it? That's what it was. You're your biggest hater.
Ooh.
Simple, plain and simple like that. You're your biggest hater. That's what it was.
Okay.
You're your biggest hater. You wake up and you can tell yourself all you want. You can say, oh, it's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. Oh, I don't finances. This, and that. The only person that's saying that is you. It doesn't matter what anyone else says, because when you wake up in the day, I'm going to give everybody a challenge here. This is what I tell my friends. I'm going to give everybody a challenge here. When you wake up, say or write down 5 things you're grateful for. I promise you'll be more motivated. I promise you. Motivation is related to gratefulness and it's related to appreciation.
I feel like that sort of dynamic you can use at any level. Like, granted, it's horrible. Homelessness is horrible if you're homeless on the street.
Yeah.
But there are still things you can be grateful for in that state.
For sure. And the thing I want to add is when you feel great for something, you feel very like it's associated to a positive feeling, a positive reward. You know, it's not related to a negative feeling, but when it's related to something positive, you're more driven, and it's just encourage you to do it more. It's like a positive reinforcement. You know, I've heard that there's often trends with people who are very, very wealthy that they'll go into depression sometimes because, you know, as far as gratefulness is concerned, it's not the highest level because they have everything. No. It's a really interesting dynamic, though.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know, it just depends how you look at it. And on top of that, it's like your energy is important.
For sure.
And people don't realize, like, energy is a thing. You have to guard it like your life,
right.
You know?
Okay.
So the people around you, your family, the things you say, every single thing affects your energy. Like, for instance, if you're talking to somebody and you say, oh, I want to do this, and they're like, I don't know, maybe you should just stick to law, or, you know, you should just stick
Stay
to
in this parameter,
you know,
okay.
and that person could be close to you.
Okay.
And you're like, all right, yeah, you're right. Just because they've been in your life for 5-6 plus years, you're going to listen to them, right? And I think people get history confused with growth. They rather let like something that's been in their life for a long time dictate their life, when honestly,
fear of the past.
Exactly. Right? When honestly, if you just stepped outside and really believed in yourself and just went like, well, that's your opinion, but I'm going to have some opinions of my own, right?
Right.
It's the things, the people that's close to you is more than likely going to influence you.
Right.
But you need to work on influencing yourself.
Exactly. Believe in yourself
So
first.
when do you know to deviate from what your close friends or family are saying, and then know to go on your own road? Like, how do you make that distinction? You just have to like have discernment, or
It's a feeling, man. It's
It's just a feeling.
It's a feeling.
You just need to know what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And know who's hurting you and knows who are helping you in the process.
and cling
You know
to
what
those
I'm
people who are helping you?
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
And just be grateful for those who around you that are helping you in the process. You
Okay.
know?
Okay.
And those who are hurting you, those are people that you should get rid of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even
ASAP.
even if they've been in life for 8 years,
Exactly.
it's important.
Yeah, it's
so
important.
You can get so much farther. And and you know what's funny? That person that you've been talking to for 8 years, there may be other people trying to reach out to you, but you're so busy with this person, you don't have time for them, right? But the funny thing is that person that's been trying to reach out to you, trying to help you out, you're shrugging it to the side. You could be so much farther if you just said, you know what, I'm just going to give the person time of day. Next thing you know, like for the Will Smith story, right?
Okay.
When he went to the Arsenal show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
he got
yeah.
on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He said he was so close to not going.
Dang.
Where would he be if he didn't go?
Dang.
Right? And all he had to do was just show up. He went, got on the show. Next thing you know, hey, you looking
Fresh Prince of
Fresh
Bel-Air.
Prince of Bel-Air.
So it
Right?
sounds
It's
like
important.
a lot of the things you guys are saying is through experience. And in looking at that, what are some of the personal hardships you guys have had to overcome in order to stay motivated and keep on, going towards your goal? Food, is there anything you want to share with that? Or?
For me, it was attachment to material thing. So for me, at a moment in time, I was really motivated to do YouTube. However, it was I got addicted to video games. I addicted to
Playing that Zelda,
that
that Mario Kart.
PC game, that
Yeah.
MMO stuff.
Okay.
And playing for a long time, I was happy because of the progression I was making.
Yeah,
but then
but-
again, at the same time, I was depressed because I was not really surrounding myself with good people, and I was not really doing much with my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel that progression in my life. So it was that mixed feelings. You know what I'm saying? And then over time, over time, it's just getting harder and harder to break that habit because I'm always be like, hey, I'll play. I'll get rid of this one game. I'll stop playing after this month. But then something new happened to the game.
Yeah. So
And I
Yeah.
keep on going. Like I can play for another game.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then after school, I'm like. I could play for an hour. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as playing stuff for an hour or 2 hours. It can last for 6 hours, and it's just nonstop, And then
I just want to back. I want to piggyback off what you just said, right?
Okay.
Playing a game for an hour, right? Listen, there's nothing wrong with playing a game for an hour. See, time management is important.
right, hands down,
Right?
hands
Time
Here we go,
down,
Lance. Here we go, Lance.
Time management, how you manage your time.
for sure, hands
Like,
down.
Yes. Like he was saying, distractions. We live in the age where so many, and it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh.
Note 9, Note
Yep.
10, iPhone
Yep.
S, then
Yeah.
iPhone Z. You know what I mean? It's always going to be something else. So
yeah.
many.
Yeah.
So the way to counteract that is discipline. Right?
Hands down.
You need to
Hands down.
discipline yourself.
Hands
There's a
down.
point where you get to a certain age, your parents aren't going to discipline you anymore.
Gotcha.
Wake up. You got to do it yourself. You got to make goals. If you say you're going to go to the gym every day at 7 a.m., do that. Right?
Okay.
If you
Okay.
say you're going to be at work 15 minutes before work, do that. Because all the small things, if you discipline yourself, when you tell yourself you're going to do something and you do
For
it,
sure.
it is a positive effect.
Gotcha.
But when
Yeah.
you tell yourself you're going to do something and you don't, it is a negative effect, and it is making a habit for you to
For sure.
push things to the side. Oh, play
Gotcha.
for an extra hour, 2 hours. This
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
look,
yeah,
2
yeah.
months go by, you like, dang, wasn't I supposed to?
You didn't do nothing
Yeah,
with your
look.
life.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
Right,
productivity.
right.
You didn't progress nothing in your life. You make no money in the
Yes.
process.
So you want to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
At the most as
For
possible.
sure, for
okay.
sure. But some people just don't have that ability. And so recently, psychology journal just listed it as gaming as a gaming addiction. People who game for a long time as a gaming addiction, and it's now considered a mental illness.
Well, okay. So for some hardcore gamers, that's part of what they're trying to do and trying to accomplish. I mean, as of now, currently, video gaming is a sport in a sense. You got people who
For sure.
are really into it and want to
For
make a
sure.
living out of it.
For sure.
But for your average person who wants to progress in something else, it can be a distraction. Is that what you're getting at in a sense?
It's true. But I bet you those people, some of those people are able to control themselves. For me, when I was having a game addiction, I was just going in
Can't control it.
straight to like, yo, after this, I'll quit, But I'm staying up. I'm staying up whenever I don't have school. I'm staying up to like 4 a.m.
Yeah,
just
and
trying
then they're adding things to it.
Exactly.
Like there's a new troll going on.
Exactly.
Like, oh, new troll.
Exactly. It's time to level up. Like I'm trying to be the best I can out here. I'm getting like 5.5 hours of sleep, and then I'm just waking up, eat, go back, and then do the same stuff for the rest of the day. I was not like I thought I was able to control, but I was not able to control my action.
And you know what? Speaking of that illness you're talking about, I think was it Mark Zuckerberg? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He was talking about. I think it was him. Might have been somebody else. But someone was talking about there's dopamine, right? That you get that dopamine feeds to your brain.
Right.
Yeah. That feeds to your brain, and you're from your cell phone. From your game, and it's like a
when you
drug.
get a ding, when you get a text message,
you gotta check it. You just have to, right?
For sure.
And the next thing you know, again, you're scrolling on Facebook. 2-3 hours. You're supposed to be reading this book. You're supposed to be writing this script. You're supposed to be working out. You know what I mean? Or you're supposed to call your mama in a couple minutes. Oh, you forgot.
That's such a big problem now. It's such a big problem. In
It really is.
2019,
It
man.
really is. That's what it's all about.
So knowing what you want, that's big. It sounds like that's a motif in what we're talking about. What I'm still. How do we get people who are checking their phones constantly to put it down and start working on their goals? What does that even look like? Huh?
Well, one sec. Before we even get onto that,
Okay.
I wanted to share a couple of my hardships. One of my before we continue.
Okay.
And so one of my hardships, the hardest thing that was for me to let go was attachments to people. As I said earlier, I love connecting to people.
For sure.
Okay.
But it's like once I connect, I want to keep going because I am not obsessed, but I am amazed by people's lives.
Okay.
Right? And
They are amazing.
And
That's
how
awesome.
certain things have certain effects on them.
Okay.
Right. I'm a firm believer in that the most powerful gift we have is the power of choice. Right. So
Okay.
so I like to see the choices people make and how it led them to where they are. Successful, not successful, whatever the case may be. Right.
Okay.
Right. And then also, I get close to some people sometimes, and I get caught up in the moment or the feeling of how it is having them in your life, and it may not necessarily even be good for you, but it's hard for me to sometimes, well, it was to let go of some people, but now it's like I had to let that go, right?
Gotcha.
And then also that distraction thing on the phone and stuff like that.
Gotcha,
It was hard for
gotcha.
But I had to time management, right? I
Just
did
doing what's
focus on
best
that.
for you.
Yep.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yep. It's
And
that-
sometimes, I mean, not everyone's supposed to be your friend. Not everyone's supposed to be like in your life. You know, you can have. That's some personal belief that I have. Like to have love for everyone, but
For sure.
you're not supposed to be best friends with everyone.
Yeah,
you literally
yeah.
can't. So, and then also understanding, who's gonna be bad for you,
Exactly.
and being aware of that.
Self-awareness is everything.
Energy,
Self-awareness is
man.
everything.
I can step in a room and just tell you if something's not going to work.
Wow,
Like I don't know
that's
why.
a gift.
Yeah, I guess. But like, some people may be able to, have you ever walked in a room and just felt the intensity of the
Yeah.
people in the room?
Oh yeah, hands down. You
Yeah.
like a DMV or something.
Yeah.
Compared to if you go to a concert or something, different level of energy.
The
you know what I'm
DMV
saying?
is okay for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy the people who work there. Yeah, but continue.
But you get the idea. You get the idea. The energy level matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how it affect people emotions and engagement.
Exactly. Yeah, you can tell the energy through text, phone.
Yeah,
And like the energy's there.
yeah.
Sure.
It's there. You just got to pick up on it. Got to pay attention. Be aware.
You guys have so much knowledge in the essence of motivation. So what I want to do is, since you guys are the teachers, I want to read some scenarios for you guys, and then if you guys can give me some feedback on how you would go about helping this person, this individual. So
For
I
sure.
got a couple here on my phone. I'm looking at my phone. Just okay. Okay. So our first scenario, Jimmy. Our man Jimmy wants to lose weight, but he's having difficulty finding the motivation to go to the gym every day. He claims that he can't find the time. When are you going? When are you going to go to the gym? He doesn't know, right? And he says it hurts when he works out. What would you suggest for Jimmy? How to get him motivated?
Ooh, I'll let you start with this one.
Okay, man. Well, he said he can't find the time.
Can't find the time
Can't
for
find
some
the time.
reason.
And then, but he said it what?
It hurts. Like when he goes to the gym and he starts working out or whatnot, he's exhausted. It hurts. It's painful.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If Jimmy sounds like he's never been to the gym that often before anyway, so it's going to hurt at first, right?
Yeah.
But and then finding the time is 24 hours in the day. Jimmy, where you working?
Jimmy.
Where you working, Jimmy? No, I would really. I think time management would be important for Jimmy, but most importantly, it sounds like he just needs to understand that even through that what is it? Even though it hurts, feeling is temporary. And I think maybe Jimmy needs to understand that.
Pain is temporary.
Yeah, it's a temporary feeling. And once you get there, maybe he needs to start off on the cardio. He don't need to be lifting nothing.
Okay.
Maybe he just needs to start off slow. Just
Okay.
go to the gym 20 minutes, run on the treadmill, 20 minutes every day. And then slowly start to do something else.
Okay, so doing progress in increments. You know, you don't have to go full on.
Yeah.
You know, when you go in the gym,
No.
take it step by step, and gradually you'll get there. Well, what would you say, Phil?
If we're talking about pain, are we talking about like arthritis pain?
No,
like,
not arthritis. Just when you lift weights, it hurts.
Okay, so he's complaining that type of pain.
Or even when you run, like it's exhausting. You know.
For sure. So he's overthinking about the stress that that these exercises bring upon him. So what most personal trainers do, like they recognize that these people are making excuses. They would go through this thing called a motivational interviewing, where in which we ask open questions and figure out their wants and needs. You know, we examine the positive benefits of exercising, and we examine the negative benefits of exercising. You know, we'll ask questions in which it'll make them have like it'll make
Self-reflection.
self-reflection, self-awareness, and give them like power. Like it'll give them a drive. Like it'll make them it'll be a priority for them to exercise. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For if we want to give them like positive value, you know, like what they will do is they will emphasize negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement. What happens if you don't exercise? You know, what would happen, and what do you see as the possible outcome if you do exercise? Like people brains are focused at the reward. If they see the reward at the very end of the tunnel, they will go after it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
instead of if they see the negative result, they will never ever do it.
Gotcha,
We have to associate everything they do with their emotion. Positive emotion will bring positive action. Negative emotion will bring negative action.
And that's really good. Actually, backing off of that, they see the reward, right?
Okay.
But some people, they see the reward is so big and their goal is so big, but when they don't reach the goal in a certain amount of time, they give up.
Yep.
So I think that is really good. But then maybe small goals, like say, okay, Jimmy, say he wants to be, he's 220, he wants to be 180. All right, let's make a goal every week, lose 2, 3, 4 pounds, right?
Something
then he gets to
measurable.
see that, because if he goes, well, I'll work out for a week, I only lost 2 pounds. Well, that's good, right?
Sure, it's still process.
Yeah,
it's still process.
Hitting your
Exactly.
goals.
Yeah. But
Progress.
a lot of people, they just give up after they don't see it right away, and they just didn't understand its increments, right?
Okay.
I want to say something that too. That any goals that you have to learn to love the process.
Yes,
you have to
important.
really learn how to love the process. If you do not love the process, you're gonna give up eventually. And you have to be patient in the process as well.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to be perfect, but you have to be committed to the process.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up the next scenario. That was amazing.
Yeah.
What you guys just explained was cool. All right, next one. Jane wants to start a business, but is confused by the process. She also wants to get into acting and learn how to sail. Jane feels overwhelmed by her passions and feels stagnant. How do you guys think Jane should go about accomplishing her goals?
Okay, I'll let you have it.
All right. So, what was the first thing you said Jane wanted?
So she wants to start a business, but she's confused about the whole process of doing that.
Take one step at a time. All right, Jane, listen. You want to start a business. There's people get first thing you want to do is probably get a book. Information is important. There's knowledge and information, because if you start a business but you don't have the information and that business goes down, you can't start another one.
Yeah.
You can't start another one.
Okay.
Right? So first thing you got to do is get the knowledge, right? Pick up
Okay.
some books. We don't know how to start a business. Take your time. Be patient, right? I think that's a really good goal that Jane has. I think that's a great goal, right?
Okay.
Because that way she owns that. That's
Okay.
That's her legacy,
Gotcha.
right? Then what was the next one?
She wants to get into acting.
She wants to get into acting. And then acting, that's great. That's wonderful. First thing I would tell Jane is, one, make sure this is what you want to do, because acting is a lifestyle.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
It's a lifestyle, and it could be a hard lifestyle sometimes. You got to learn to get used to the word no, right? But also understand that it could be for multiple reasons. It's not always because you're not good for the part or whatever. And also always look to learn. Always.
Okay.
Never say.
I feel like that's in anything. Yeah.
Never
that's in
stop
anything.
learning.
That's
Never
in
stop
anything.
learning.
But
always grow.
yeah, always looking. Like I do 2 to 3 workshops a year, no matter what. Like
Okay.
if I had a BA or a master's in drama arts, I'm still going to do at least 2 workshops a
Oh
year.
yeah, hands down.
And it's a craft, you know, and you should never feel like you're at your peak. So
Okay.
So tell her, hey, starting even from the bottom up, it doesn't matter where you are in life. It's always good, you know, to do workshops all the time.
It's from what I'm getting at. You know, you've been elaborating on how to accomplish these goals, but it sounds like you're taking it step by step.
Exactly.
Like she's feeling, from what I was trying to portray, is like she's feeling overwhelmed by all the passion she has.
Okay.
How would someone go about tackling that? It sounds like, you know, taking it step by step would be
Yeah.
the best way to go
One step at
about
a
it.
time.
For sure.
One step
For
at a
sure.
time.
For me, it's like I would tell Jane that it's great that she has so much passion, she has so much goals, and she has so much drive to accomplish it. But the thing is, the reason why she's overwhelmed is she's tackling it all at once. I would tell her to focus on one thing first.
Okay.
One thing first, and then progress on it. She wanted to start a business. You know, there's so much free stuff. You can pick up a book. You can look on YouTube.
Yeah,
There's so much stuff out there. She wants to be acting. Focus on that. Just focus on that. You know, you guys.
She wants to start sailing.
Yes, just sailing, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, start there. You know, and then as soon as she progress, you know, slowly progress, and you reach higher level, she will have. She can branch out a little bit. You know.
Okay.
You know. Because you have to develop some sort of confidence first.
That's true. That's true.
And in order to do other things.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the last one, guys, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, Roberto was once a great writer. 4 years ago, you couldn't get him off from writing in his notepad, right? Currently, Roberto is not writing, hasn't written in 4 years. He says he's afraid that he won't be good like he used to be. He lacks the motivation to start again. What would you suggest for Roberto to do?
You want to start this one or you want me to?
Take this one.
So again, that he has a lot of fears. He has a lot of limitation. So we're gonna go back to the motivational interviews and stuff. I'm gonna ask open questions and why he thinks like that. You know, what is preventing him? I'm trying to figure out what his limiting beliefs are. You know?
It's sometimes scary to. I mean, especially if you did something before, it's sometimes scary to get back on the horse again. I mean,
Sure, and I feel like we all fear that way. You know what I'm saying? But it's the idea if you fear something, the moment you fear something, stop thinking about it and just take action. Attack that because the more you think about it, the more that fear will gradually build on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see a girl and I'm just looking at her and I'm not gonna take any action, it's just gonna be like weird and awkward. I wish I could.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna end well. You know, you're not gonna get a lot of confidence throughout the night. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You know.
All right.
Yeah. I feel like you said he doesn't want to write anymore. He's already.
Used to be a writer. 4 years ago, was really good, but stopped and hasn't written since then. But wants to write, but can't get the motivation to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect. You know what? It sounds like he needs to remember his why. Why he was doing it to begin with.
Ooh.
Right? I think that's important. And it has to be bigger than him to continue.
Hands down.
Right? And once you figure out your why, his passion will probably come back. And it has to be a strong why. And I think he had it to begin with. Then he just lost it. Something may have happened in his life. He may have lost somebody. Somebody may have walked out on him.
Right.
And he just hasn't found the courage to get back up. And he just needs to remind himself, one, how far he's came. Right. Two, he's already done it.
Yeah.
Right. And three, why he needs to continue. Right. And speaking about whys, I'm going to go ahead and share mine. Why I continue to do what I do. Right.
Okay.
My why is I want to be able to grant somebody the power to live out their dreams. Like I want to pay for somebody to go to college one day to live out their dreams, right? And also, if I quit, I feel like there's someone in the future that needs me that I have not met yet, and I could be selling their dreams short if I don't continue.
Wow.
And that is all the power I need, because there's so many people who we need communication. We need each other.
For sure.
Like,
We're social creature.
For instance, like this podcast could reach somebody at home who needs to hear this.
You hear that, people back at home?
Exactly.
We're reaching out.
You guys could be helping millions of people, tons of people. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
And it's like people give up before even giving it a chance.
This is so
Like,
good, man.
you know, like seriously, and it's
Yeah.
just you just got to remember someone may need you in the future.
Yeah.
Not right now, but in the future.
In the future.
Seriously.
I want to thank both of you guys for coming on this show. Both of you guys had amazing things to say, and I'm really motivated right now. Can I shake your guys' hand?
Yeah, you should.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Folks at home, this is why you need to tune into the Real Peace Podcast, because amazing conversations like this happen. Please like and subscribe this video, and we hope you tune in next time. Thank you very much. I'm Kwabi, and I'm signing off.